Hello, you guys. It's Miss Karen with the Open Book. How are you, darlings? Well, this again is the Open Book. It's the place where I get to share all of me with all of you. And today's video is about none other than Grammy Award winner Chrisette Michele. Now, Chrisette Michele she's a diva for me, and for me, a diva in a positive sense. She has an amazing voice. You know, she can sing her heart out. I'm a huge fan. But Chrisette kind of took a turn for the worse. And so today's video, I start out by asking in my Jennifer Hudson video, Chrisette Michele, where you at? Like, I have, been Googling and on, online trying to find you. There is not much to be said about Chrisette Michele other than the most recent event, which is the backlash of her performing for Trump. So, honey, I've got my cell phone here because I'm all about having receipts and getting an accurate statement. So we're going to swipe and get this tea and give it to you. So, back in early January, she was rumored to be performing for Trump at his inauguration. That rumor turned out to be true. And to address it, Chrisette penned a letter titled, "We Can't Be Present If We're Silent." Now, Chrisette, one of the things I love about her is she's so well-spoken. And I love people that are well-spoken and that can just, very easily convey their thoughts and ideas. I love it. And she starts out by writing the following. "My heart is broken for our country, for the hopes of our children, for the fight of those who came before us. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, 'Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about what matters.' I am here representing you because this is what matters." Now, that's what she said. The public, specifically Black America, wasn't having it because most African Americans at that time, and probably still true to this day, were not feeling Trump, are not feeling Trump, whatever. I myself have, a few issues with the man, but that's a whole nother video. So they were like, no, ma'am. In the beginning, they were attempting to ensure that no one performed for Trump who was of African American descent. And unfortunately, or fortunately, however you see it, Chrisette took the job. Now, it is questioned as to how much she got, for performing. Some people said $750,000. Some people said, more than $1 million. To this day, we don't know. But she performed. And I actually, believe it or not, oh my God, I recorded a video for this channel about Chrisette and Steve Harvey because, Steve Harvey went to see Trump as well. And the topic of that video was it worth it? I actually deleted that video. I'm so stupid. I deleted the video because I wasn't really happy with the quality. But now, honey, I'm just to a point now where we just have to get it out. And in the words of Patti LaBelle, however God gives it to me is the way that I am giving it to you. It may not be perfect, but honey, I have got to get this news out because there is so much going on in the world. So Chrisette performs for Trump. Black America has completely excommunicated her and has nothing to do with her. On top of her being excommunicated by African Americans, honey, she also was disowned by her family. Now, I didn't know this, okay? I didn't know this until yesterday, which is why I am recording this video, because I was talking to my girlfriend, Mimi. Hey, Mimi girl. And I was, we were talking. I'm like, girl, have you heard anything about Chrisette Michele? And she was like, no, girl, her family disowned her. And I was like, what? Now, disowning is not something that Black people do. Okay, it isn't something that we do, and it's something that Caucasian families do, and that's just keeping it real. A Caucasian family will disown their child or family member at the blink of an eye, honey. Black people, we don't really do that. We kind of accept our people, our family, good, bad, ugly, and indifferent, and we try to find a way of working through things. But girl, her family disowned her. And so I am looking at an article published by Essence Magazine. I want to see if I can get close to that. It's backwards, but that'll prove my point. Essence magazine said Chrisette Michele was disowned by her family after performing for Trump. So I was reading this article. Thank you again, Mimi girl, for giving me this tea. Okay, and so Michelle says that she goes to perform, and it says here, she says, originally I was supposed to perform directly after his speech, but I had done that with Barack Obama before, so I was used to that kind of experience. The woman who organized the event came and told me, now you're going on first, talking to Michelle, and he's going on after you. I looked her in the eye and said, this is good. My family has disowned me. If you decide to Google me, you'll see that America is writing about me in the newspapers. I'm the black poster child for discord right now. And he's not going to shake my hand. So no, I didn't get to meet him. So not only did Chrisette kind of exile herself from Black America, she goes to perform for Trump, at the inauguration. She gets her check, which I would estimate and guesstimate, honey, that check was over $1 million, because for her to take that leap, she had to have been getting some serious coin to do that, knowing she's an intelligent woman, very intelligent. So she knew, one, the backlash that she was going to get, and two, she would not have done it without serious coin, because I would not have done it, for pennies on the dollar either. Hello. So you did all of that. Trump didn't even have the decency to shake your hand. Like, talk about, girl, I'm speechless as I think about that, because it's already, so you're slapped in the face by Black America for doing it. Then Trump basically uses you as a pawn. You get up there, sing your heart out for him, and it was a gorgeous, beautiful skirt that she was wearing, and it had, hand-painted sentiments that were indicative and speaking of the Black movement. And so I thought it was a very beautiful skirt. I'm sure everyone has seen it. So you sing your heart out. You're sending a message to the world with this gorgeous handmade custom skirt that you're wearing. You perform for Trump. You, I'm sure, get your check, or they'll send you the check, or however that works. I'm not a celebrity yet. I don't know. And girl, the man didn't even have the decency to shake your hand. Like, I would have been all types of pissed. I would have felt like a fool. And now, so, kind of, I think this had to be earlier in the year. So, she released her album, which is called, I am so bad, something Moon, something. Hold on, girl. Let me get that tea, girl. Let me get this, let me get the tea. Chrisette Michele album. Okay. What is this album called? It's Moon something. Milestone. Girl, I said Moon. Milestone. Sorry, girl. Milestone. So, okay, so she releases the album Milestone last year, and in fact, it's coming back to me. It's coming back. Okay, so last summer, I took a 30-day road trip, and that started in Washington, D.C. It went through the Hamptons. I was in the Hamptons last summer. I went into Canada, Montreal, Toronto. I came back into the U.S., went throughout Hawaii, Ohio, Cincinnati, Cleveland. I went through Michigan. I ended up in Chicago, which is where I'm originally from. So I was looking for things to do in that 30-day period. And so Chrisette had tickets to her Milestone concert. They were on Groupon. And I was like, I think, her team, her people would sell tickets on Groupon. So that just kind of like took me for a loop. I was like, okay, that's kind of, no shade, girl. It was a little lowbrow for me, okay? Then she was doing it at the House of Blues. Now, I would have seen you, I think you were in Boston. I would have caught you in Boston. I was even willing to catch you in Chicago. So you were kind of on the route of my 30-day trip. We're kind of like at the same time, And so I'm like, I wanted to catch her. So I call up my girlfriends and ask them about, like, girl, I'm going to be in town. Let's go see Chrisette Michelle. I love her. They were like, have you been to the House of Blues before? And I'm like, no, never been there. They said, girl, that is standing room only. And so, I was like, I'm a big girl, okay? I'm big, my knees hurt, my back hurt. I'm like Kaya, my neck, my back, and all the other places, honey. I just cannot stand up for extended period of times. I have to have a seat, honey, okay? Which is why if you've ever paid attention to my channel, you will see that my big self is seated. I'm not going to be standing up, girl. I got back problems, okay? I'm too big for all that. So when I found out that it was just standing room only, I was like, girl, no, I can't go and see Chrisette. And unfortunately, I did not see your show, and the tickets were, I think, in the $20, no more than $30 range. Yeah. And I think 30, 35 is on the high end, but I can almost say that they were somewhere, girl, let's say they were definitely no more than $40, okay? Because I was willing to buy tickets for myself, my girlfriend, her girlfriend. It didn't matter. I just wanted to go and see you. But I was like, girl, I can't stand up. So I didn't come see the show. So now I then went on to say, okay, well, let's look at album sales and where the album has placed. So I'm on Wikipedia now, honey. So Milestone was her 5th studio album release. And her leading singles were Steady, Unbreakable, and Equal. Now, quite honestly, I did not really delve into the album, so these songs offhand by title don't ring a bell to me. I'm sure if I may hear them, if I heard them, I would remember them. But more importantly, where do I want? Okay, well, I want this T girl track listing. Okay, here it is under charts. Okay, so the album peaked at number 73 on the US Billboard 200, which, based on what I've seen for your other albums, is extremely low for you. And it peaked at number 5 on the US Top R&B / Hip Hop Albums. Now, I don't know what that means, and, maybe that's pretty good. But I'm just surprised that the album did not do better than what it is. And I'm wondering if it had something to do with your, you supporting Trump. It kind of feels like you've been blackballed in a sense. I could be wrong, but girl, those album sales are low, in my opinion. I'm not the expert on it, but they definitely seem low. The you've put out 5 albums, and all the albums were nominated for something. I could be wrong, but I'm just looking here. All of them were nominated for something, whether it's a Soul Train Award, NAACP Award, a Centric Award, and a Grammy or something. That album, based on my, brief research, wasn't nominated for anything. It did not chart. It did not do well. I don't know if that offhand, if the album was released on your label or released on your major label or whoever you're signed with, Sony or whomever else it is. But girl, you are not doing well, Chrisette. And so again, I ask you, girl, where you at? Where you at, Chrisette? I have not really heard anything about you. I have not seen any of your work. I am not, hearing about you promoting the album. I'm not hearing anything. And so, girl, I would hope and pray that you have not been excommunicated by everyone in the music industry. But, Spike Lee took you off of his Netflix show. Like, girl, there was a lot of backlash. So I want to ask 2 questions. 1, where you at? Okay? And 2, which is what I asked in the original video that I deleted, was it all worth it in the end? That's what I really want to know. Was it worth it? You made a political statement. I think that sometimes, people have to stay out of that realm, but you made the statement. Was it worth it? I doubt you'll ever see this, but girl, I would love to, hear from you, get a response, a tweet, a two-liner, a yes or no, something, because I'm concerned about your musical career and your record label, Rich Hipster. Jesus. Okay, well, let me get out of here, honey. I've got other things to do. Today is Labor Day, as is when I'm posting it. It's Labor Day. Happy Labor Day to all you wonderful people. Remember, always love yourself and each other. Give more than you receive, and do everything in your power to be the best possible person that you can be. Until next time, I love you guys to pieces. Hugs and kisses, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.